Hello everyone, my name is Rowan and I have passed successfully Google, Meta and Amazon interviews. I practiced mainly with Leetcode, and in today's video I will try to explain how to use Leetcode properly and how you have to solve Leetcode problems, not just passing all test cases, but properly prepare for technical interviews into big tech companies. So today I chose third problem in Leetcode, which called longest substring without repeating characters. I guess title makes this problem more clear. So first rule is like always control your time. Reset timer in Leetcode and then try to run it. So yeah, it's running. Second stuff, we have to read the description of the problem clearly. Given a string s, find the length of the longest substring without repeating characters. Actually, it's the definition and the problem is straightforward. That's why there is no any extra difficulties to understanding. But anyway, I always paraphrase my definition of the problem to interviewer. In this case, I will act as interviewer and I will also act as candidate. As a candidate, I will ask some questions to myself and I will try to answer that questions using Leetcode like editorial or maybe some examples and so on. So yeah, you have to act like a candidate and the interviewer. Yeah, go. Given a string as, so let's first of all paraphrase as a candidate to interviewer. This question asks, we have to find the longest substring, not subset. Substring, it means that it should be consecutive and this should be at least one character. It should be longest substring without any repeating character. It means that in substring we shouldn't have two A's, two B's, and so on. So I have a first question is like, what's the length of the string? To find out the answer here, there is constraint block of the Leetcode. So we know that it's like a 5 times 500,000, I guess. And it can be empty also. Yeah, okay. It can be empty. It's sometimes important to know. And also it's like approximately 500K. So, okay. And what kind of characters can we have? For example, can we have only alphabetic, alphanumerical, and so on? The answer to this question also in the constraints, because here it's written that S consists of English letters, digits, symbols, and spaces. It means that there is no any limited set like alphabetic, alphanumerical, ASCII. So interviewer wanna say that there is like some set of unique characters, but we don't know the limit. So we can consider it is like English, numbers, and the symbols, and etc. Actually, there can be not limited set. So okay, it gives us a clue, because if it would be like some only English character, we can know the space complexity could be constant if it's only English or English and the numbers or symbols or ASCII. So that's why it's important to know. After asking some questions and clarified the definition of the problem, I'm trying to give theory. The next step is theory or solution. Let's call it solution, it's more straightforward naming. So yeah, for solution, I will try to explain what's in my mind. For this question, I guess I could solve like more optimal solution maybe. If you don't know or you haven't ever solved the problem, you have to try it from brute force. From brute force, try to optimize it, and always ask feedback from the interviewer. What do I mean by feedback? I mean that after giving some solution, you have to ask, is it good approach or is it good solution for you? Can we jump to the code, or should I think a little bit more, find a more efficient solution, and so on. So in this case, brute force solution, I don't want to spend time for brute force solutions. That's why maybe I want to just run through idea which I came up. Here we know that it's a subset. Oh, it's substring, sorry. So yeah, here's the example. You can also ask interviewer about example, or you can create own example. Here we know that it's a substring and we have to find substring without any repeating character. So I guess we have to store, intuitively it gives us ideas that we have to store the characters in a string, in a set. I will write in Python, so set used in Python. Why set? I trying to explain to interviewers that set is the best like case, because we can like remove, add, and check existence of each character in a constant time. That's why like searching you don't have to write everything down, but it's clear, it's obvious and a clear way to have connection between you and the interviewer, to writing down everything you are talking about. Searching, insert, and like a remove part, it's like in constant time. That's why we want to use set would be called like visited maybe. So yeah, what we will do, we can use two pointer approach, I guess. How can we do? We have a left and the right pointer, which indicates our substring actually, and we'll move right pointer always. It would be incremented always, but left pointer would be incremented only if condition with some conditions, incremented with condition only. What kind of condition, we can discuss it later. First of all, we go with the right. Let's say that right always moving forward. So we have like a for right. We're always incrementing it, and we're checking if right character in like visited. So we have two ways to solve this problem. First of all, is like if it's in visited, if it is in visited, yeah, actually we can say that yes, right, in visited, yes. If it's in the yes, then we have to do move our left and do some tricks, removing from the visited. But let's say that for now it's a little bit difficult. We can came up to this like trick, do some trick later on. But for now the easier part is when we have no solution or else solution, when we don't have right in visited. So in that case we adding visited right char must be added to visited, and I guess answer the longest, like we have to return like actual integer, the longest length. So our length should be updated with the maximum one. So here's actually a trick. When we visit and the right is in the visited, it means that we have to move left until our right char would be removed from visited, I guess it's a little bit clear. If it's not, let me clarify. For example, if we have like A, B, C, and the, let's go B. Here we know that A, B, C, it's like it would be in like left would be on A and the right would be on C. And the next move, when right would become like a B, we know that B is already in this subset between left and the right. So we have to move left until we will like pass this B, first visit B, because if we know that in the visited we have right character, it means that we met that character before, and the left should be bypass that character which we have, or point our right pointer pointing to. Is it clear or not? Let me just clarify it one more time. We have a left here, for example, and we have like right is passed here, then the next turn it would pass here, so after then it would pass here, and everything is clear. And when we meet right would be here. This asterisk is like a right actually, so yeah, it would be here. So our left in visited we have these three characters actually, and our left should move like from left to right until we will bypass the same character which right indicating to. In this time it's a B, so left should indicate to C here, I guess. So I guess it's a little bit clear right now, and I can ask actually interviewer about this solution, but in Leetcode you cannot ask. That's why it's better to assess complexity or make complexity analysis, in other words. So time complexity would be here. Generally on interview you don't have to assess after giving some theory, because interviewer already knows your like solution complexity, and the interviewer can accept or deny your solution. That's why you can just ask interviewer. But in the Leetcode it's better, and it's also better for you, just while you're solving, you're already like assessing your time complexity, and you know further improvements you can make in terms of time and space. So in this case I would like to assess time, which would be, in my opinion, linear, because we are going from the left and the right with the 2 pointers. Each pointer would only go through the S string on one time. That's why it would be linear. So also pay attention that we have a time. It's 10 minutes already. I want to put some threshold like 15 to 20 minutes for this question, because it's easy question, kind of easy question. Even it's a medium, it's easy medium. So I don't want to spend a lot of time if I have harder question on the like a next half interview. So I want to spend more time there. And space could be constant if we have only English or alphanumerical numbers, but here we have to use, I guess, M, where M is unique characters, actually unique characters in S. Here N is length of S, I guess. Yep. So after it, do not run the code like immediately. You have to go to the solution. Or if the problem is open, or you have a like premium Leetcode, you can go to the editorial if it's open, as I said. So in my opinion, in solution it's also the same. You can go to Python, you can see some like time and space complexity analysis, which is the best one. So here it is. We know that it's already odd n, linear time complexity for time. And we can go to editorial, it's n cube. We know that it's not efficient. Also to n, and the minimum between m and the n. Yeah, where is the k is the sliding window, where is the k is the size of the set. Yep, actually it's the same, I guess, because it will not sliding window optimized. Yep, I guess the minimum m and the n, it's here indicating that sliding window size, which you cannot store more than unique number of characters in the set. So in the upper limit it can be for sure n here, so instead of m. Yep, I guess it works fine. We know that our solution is more optimal, and it means that it's the same as asking interviewer, is it solution good, and can I go to the code section, and you just answer to yourself as interviewer, yes, your solution is good, and you can jump to the code and we will see how it works. That's the part which we're trying to bypass. Yeah, sure, let's start coding. So what we have here, we have S, so yeah, perfect. As I said, we have a visited, which initially would be set, and we have to have left one, and length, I guess, which is 0. We have to return, I guess, length at the end. Okay, and we have to go from the left to right. We can write and char in enumerate. I can use like some Python tricks. So first of all, right would be index and the char would be char. Okay, perfect. So if our char in, for example, visited, we can do trick here. As I said, I want to write complicated logic at the end. So otherwise, what we have to do in visited, we have to add our character, and our length should be equal maximum. I guess it should be longest, yeah, should be maximum. So length, and we have a right minus left plus 1, I guess. Let's double check this logic. For example, if we have a, b, c, so it doesn't matter. So this is like 0, 1, 2, and we'll have left on the 0, right on the 2. It means that 2 minus 0, it's a 2, plus 1 is a 3, so we have an answer 3. Yeah, perfectly. This code works, and we have to do trick. Here it is. If it's in visited, so we have to remove our left until we will meet our character on the right. So it means that while our s left would be always changed, equal to the not equal, it will iterate through the s or through left until we will not meet our right character. What does it mean? Left should be we should not increment. First of all, we have to remove from visited as left, I guess, and then after then only do this one. So the trick can be removed here. So here we have like s left is equal to character itself. So we can just remove from visited character itself, then add it at the end, but it would be like some removing and adding the same character from the set. It would just adding extra cost, even if it's constant. I don't want to do that. We can just increment +1. Here I could do that like a visited, remove also char here, but at the end I will anyway, because we are incrementing left and we have to remove current character. It means that we have to add here this like same character, but it would be overhead. It would be the same actually as removing and adding. So we can just go left +1. Okay. After this one, you don't have to run quick run button or submit button. Please run through like example manually or dry run. Run example. So here it is. We can run like given default example of the interviewer. For example, this one. So here we can define like a left one, we can define the right one, and we can define like a visited set, which should be set, and we have length, I guess. Spelling is not correct. So initially we have a like right is this one. We have a. It's not in visited. It's not in visited. It means that it's this else book, and that means that visited should be added by a, and the length should be added by 1, because 0 minus 0 plus 1 is 1. Okay, perfect. Then right is moved to the b, so b is not in a visited. That's why this logic again works. So it would be a and b. Okay. Then it would be c, the same actually. Oh, I forget about b. And the c will be the same, so we have to update lengths. So the most important part running through example, it's not just run as with the logic in your head, because it's mainly pitfall or main mistake of candidates, because they're running in their head. That's why they're missing some bugs in the code. Main target or main aim of running example is finding bugs in your code. That's why you have to run through the code line by line. Okay. That's an important part, even because you wrote recently this code and you think that this is good code and this code is doing what you want, but sometimes there is small bugs which you didn't notice and something like that, and these examples helps you to identify such problems or bugs in your code. That's why it's super important to run line by line through your code. Yep. So A, B, C, yeah, we have a length. So this here is the interesting part. We have A actually. Yeah, right is on the A. So actually this condition is met. So this condition is working. So we have S left is also A actually, and it's already equal to the char. That's why left would be just incremented. So A, B, C is preserved. We do not remove an A and adding it again. It's just preserved. So we have this subset. This is actually B, C, A. Also A, B, C in the set in visited, but order is different, B, C, A. So okay, perfect. So we have a B, we have the same condition, so it's in this block, but it's equal character. It's equal to the character as left. That's why we just incrementing left. Yep, gotcha. So here it is. Actually, there is quite same logic. So C also is there, so left should be also moved. And here actually is the interesting part. Right would be incremented to the B, and the left would be pointing to A. Here is the character in the visited, we know, because B in the visited. So we're going here. S left actually not equal to the B. That's why A would be removed from the visited. Okay, and the left would be moved here. Now it's equal, and we have to move our left also one time for this condition. Okay, perfect. So we have CB. Here we have BC. I guess everything works perfectly. So then we have to run our B again. Here's the same. We have to remove C here, and we have to increment our L. It should be equal to B, and we have to, yeah, it's going out from the loop, and we have to increment the left one more time, and actually it's finished, and yeah, everything is finished. Here's the solution, and the length is 3 as we expected. Okay, the main given example run greatly, but we have to also consider edge cases. Okay, first edge case I wrote down first, like the first line of the my notes. It's saying that it can be empty. Okay, empty. empty case, what should we return? In empty case, with write would not run, we return just length which is equal to 0. So I guess it makes sense to returning for empty given string returning length 0. Okay, great. What about repeating a characters? Let's take it like 2 A's only to make it fast, to run through it fast, because we have almost 20 minutes. So I could take like a long it will not change mainly matter of the problem or edge case. That's why, and I also tracking my timer. So it took like almost 20 minutes. So I must hurry up. So here's the left, right. We have a visited also, which would be empty initially. So we have a right, left, and right. Let's call it like left, and we have a right. Yep. So here we have a. The length would be 1 here. So after then, length would be this one. So length, this code would be run. It's not visited. That's why length would be updated. Then on the next iteration, right would be incremented. We know that left is in visited. We know this one, it's but equal to the character. That's why left would be just added. So this would be added. Length would not change because there is also 1, and would be like this one. So it will finish and it will return 1. So I guess it would work fine. Edge cases generally covered. Maybe we can think a little bit more about edge case, but there is no any other edge cases which came into my mind. So I guess it works fine, and at the end we should not try to submit everything. We have to reassess our complexity analysis. Complexity would be through the code. Now we have a code, that's why it's obvious what's the complexity analysis. We are running through the S1 times. There is internal while loop, but this only moves the left 1 time more. It would be n plus n, but generally it would be linear. It generally takes this one, but it's a linear. So, and after then we have a space complexity, which is actually m, where the m is unique. So actually initial our assessed time complexity is the same or coincide with our real complexity. So we can say to interviewer, and interviewer can confirm this, or if you have any problems with the complexity, you'll be noticed by interviewer. So generally I guess it's done, and let's submit. I guess it has to run properly, and let's submit. Yeah, perfectly. We have done this successfully. So thank you for your attention. I spent approximately 21 minutes, but I tried to explain every step, and I wrote down everything. So you can try optimize these steps, and you don't have to explain as I did right now on the video. That's why try to optimize it. Subscribe, like for future videos. Thank you. Bye bye.